UFC's recent pay-per-view did. Welcome to the 2 Minute Warning, presented by the Blood Knuckle Show. Look at that, caught myself. UFC's recent pay-per-view did, I believe, 600,000 buys. And that is going against the stupid-ass Social Gloves event, which, who knows if those crowds even, are close to being the same. But still, that was one of the most interactive shows or things out there. It was a huge sport weekend, and the UFC still did 600,000 buys. Does that mean Stylebender is a big star, or is it really Nate Diaz is a bona fide pay-per-view seller? 600,000 pay-per-view buys with the card we had, which was a pretty stacked card, but with the weekend we had, is without a doubt a success. I mean, it shows Nate Diaz can definitely sell fighting whoever he fights, and if you put another big name against him, he's going to do easily over 1 million, so it shows how big of a star Nate Diaz is. Now, does it show that Stylebender is a star? Paulo Costa was the closest thing, I think, Stylebender, and he didn't speak good English, so he couldn't really hype up the fight. It was just hyped up because of the styles. But he was the closest thing Stylebender had to a rival. Darren Till looked like he was going to become that rival and would have been perfect. But every time Darren Till gets close, something bad happens. Stylebender is a star. He carries himself like a star. But he's very much, and for all you newbies out there, Anderson Silva wasn't always the great Anderson Silva. And RIP, baby. I can't believe you're fighting fucking Chavez Jr. in boxing, Anderson Silva, this weekend. We have another freak show boxing. Thank you. But, and MMA is going to get beat again. Thank you. But Anderson Silva wasn't always Anderson Silva. There was a time where Dana White even said, go to fucking Strikeforce, Anderson Silva. We don't want you here anymore. But guess what? Anderson Silva found something. Chael motherfucking P. Sonnen, the Oregon gangster. Mister, come and slap your fucking wife in the butt and tell her to cook me a steak. The guy went on a mission, a tour, a campaign, almost fought in Brazil and got killed there just to hype up a fight with Anderson Silva and made Anderson Silva into the star. Obviously, Anderson's skills in the ring made him into the star, and some of the greatest finishes ever, and a great feud with Vitor, going up to 205 against Forrest Griffin. A ton of stuff that he did. Obviously, a great 185 run. Never fighting GSP will always be like, damn, why didn't that happen? But the reason why Anderson Silva really blew up was those two fights with Chael Sonnen. I can remember where I was in the second fight when Anderson landed that knee on the ground, and everyone was like, what the fuck? I remember in the first fight when Chael looked like he was going to beat him, and half the crowd, the racist dudes, because I'm from Florida, were going crazy. But then all of us MMA fans were like, what the fuck? Anderson, get it together. And then Chael said he didn't know that when you tapped out, the fight was over. Great wrestling heel excuse. He thought you just restarted the fight. Perfect for Chael to say that. Chael played that rivalry perfect, and Anderson going into the second fight acting like he wanted to kill Chael Sonnen when he didn't say a word going into the whole first fight, and the nation of Brazil wanting to kill Chael, and them almost doing it in a stadium, which would have been awesome in Brazil, and so much going into it made it one of the best two-part fight series in MMA history. Even though the second fight wasn't a long fight and the first fight wasn't even that exciting of a fight, it's still one of the best rivalries ever. Now, I say this because Israel needs his Chael Sonnen. That's how he's going to become the next star. And it's not going to be John Jones, because if he fights John Jones, that's not going to be pretty. We saw a preview of Izzy at 205, and I don't like it. It's got to be at 185. The problem is, who is it at 185? You have a bunch of guys at 185 who just aren't up to par. I mean, this weekend, Mr. Vettori was the guy willing to talk the most shit and just didn't back it up. Didn't even make it exciting. Paulo Costa doesn't even want to fight anymore. Robert Whittaker couldn't make it out of the round. And Kelvin Gastelum has the personality of, let's see, joke, insert joke. Kelvin Gastelum, great fighter, no personality. So, what are we going to do about Izzy? I say just throw Nick Diaz in there in his return championship fight, baby. Let's go. Nick Diaz is the moon like Bitcoin. Let's go, baby. Let's find Izzy a rivalry, because that is what he is missing to become the next big star in the UFC. Peace, world.